Hi everyone, this is the continuation of the factory management solution for Crate and Barrel on the GT Nexus platform. On this video, we will be completing shipment scan and create shipment, which will also be your ASN. The highlights page for your shipment scan will be found on 58 of your factory management training manual. Shipment scan takes place after you print your labels, apply them to your packages, and then you start the scanning process. User will need to download the package data into the scanner. That will be done through our print scan ship module. When scanning the packages, the user will need to enter a unique container number, equipment number on the scanner so the scanned packages can be assigned to the equipment. This all depends on the type of shipment that you are sending. For CY shipments, there is going to be a specific container number format. As you can see here, the fourth character will always be a U, and the seventh digit is always a check digit. Okay, so just look at that. So it's going to be 3 letters, a U, and then 7 numbers. CFS shipments, you will need to have an actual container number, and it usually follows the following format, which is CFS, year, month, date, and 2 numbers. And for air shipments, you will use your house airway bill number as your equipment number. If the container number or equipment number is not known at the moment of scanning, please use the CFS format and correct during the create shipment stage, which I will show you how to do when creating a shipment. User can scan packages to different equipments, container or truck, in one shot. User must scan the packages exactly as planned on the packing plan. There is no underscan or overscan allowed. When scanning is complete, the user will then upload the equipment which contains the scanned package data into the factory management, again done through our print scan ship module. In order to complete your shipment scan, you will go to Applications, and then you will go to our print scan ship module. Okay, and always make sure that this left bottom corner is always green. And then we're going to click on where it says shipment scan. Okay, so in shipment scan, it's going to be the same concept as when you were printing your labels. You will either use the PO number, plan ref, browse days, depending if you want a bulk scan or if you just want to create one shipment scan. I'm going to create one shipment scan. I'm going to take that one purchase order number. I'm going to leave the shipment scan on ready to scan and click OK. All right. Same as when you were printing, you will select all, but instead of clicking print, you will click here where it says make scan file. I currently do not have a scanner attached to my computer, so I will now go ahead and show you on a manual how to create the shipment scan. 1 second. So we're going to go ahead and use the manual starting page 60 of your factory management manual in order to guide you through the scan process. So we've already seen this portion where you can select all, or you can select a number range that you want to go ahead and shipment scan, and you're going to click Make Scan File. The next page on page 61 tells you exactly how you're going to download the information into your scanner. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have your scanner, which is featured on number 1 right there, and you do need a DT970, which is going to be the scanner that we will be using. If you have not received this as of yet, please order it from Avery. You will place the scanner in the cradle, as you can see there. It has a little cradle, which should be attached and already downloaded into your computer or your desktop station. You will proceed to click the number 1 on the scanner while it is on the cradle. This is going to be your receive data option. This will initiate the download into the scanner. Then you will pick the kind of information that you are receiving, which is going to be 3. It's going to be a shipment scan. So we want to click shipment, which is 3. And then it's going to ask you to confirm receive. So it's going to confirm that you are receiving shipment data. And then you're going to click 1 as yes. Once you have clicked yes, the scanner will receive the information. You will see the number 0 for S, which means scanned, and total at whatever amount of boxes you should be scanning. Your system on the screen will also say successful and sent number of packages to scanner. Now you can remove the scanner from the cradle. What you will do is that you're going to click done before, which is going to create the shipment scan. It's going to ask you for a container number. Again, make sure that you are following the format on page 60 of your training manual. You're going to enter that container number and click enter. It's going to ask you if this is your container number, and if you want to change it, you're going to select number 3, which means no, you want to move forward, and then you will start the scanning process. Anytime that you want to complete your scanning or stop scanning, just click F4 on the main menu. Once you have scanned everything, you're going to click F4, you're going to go back to your computer, you're going to go back to that print, scan, ship module, and you will have an option under tools called upload from scanner. That's going to be on your left-hand side menu on the print, scan, ship module. By this point, you should have the scanner back into the cradle. You're going to click upload from scanner, and then on the actual scanner, you select the number 5, which is going to be send data. This will then upload the information, all the barcodes that have been scanned into the scanner, up into our factory management tool. And that will be all how to complete the shipment scan on a physical scanner. Now we're going to review how to complete a manual scan. When creating a manual scan, you will follow the same process as a physical scan, which you will click here on the print, scan, ship module, shipment scan. You will enter your purchase order number or a range or plan ref. Instead of leaving the option as shipment scan ready to scan, you're going to choose manual assign equipment ID. What you're going to do here is then just click OK. And again, you're going to either select all or select a few, whichever one you're going to add to an equipment number. You're going to click assign equipment ID here on the right top corner, and you will enter your equipment number. I'm going to be using a CFS shipment, so this is going to be my equipment number. It is the same format that is found on page 60 of your factory management training manual. And what I'm going to do is click apply. And again, if it's not an equipment number that matches the ISO 6346 specification for a freight container, you will get this error message. This is perfectly okay. Just click OK. And then you will be notified that you successfully created an equipment number, and then click OK. And that is how you complete either a physical scan or a manual scan. Now we will move on to how to create your packing list ASN. But first, let's go ahead and go over your highlights, which start on page 70 of your factory management training manual. After your shipment scan is created and all of your packages are scanned into the right equipment number, you will start your packing list /ASN process. The packing list number and ASN number will be auto-drafted by our system, so everything is system generated. You will not have to worry about actually entering a number in there. One packing list may have multiple packing plans, POs, and equipments or containers when the LSP or courier, destination and shipment mode are the same, if they're on the same shipment and being serviced by the same LSP or courier. CMB provides a list of approved truck and air couriers, which can be selected by the factories on the packing list. Please note, if you decide to ship the items with your own courier, you will need to go ahead and fill out their information on your address book under a courier field, and you will need to select them on the courier field of the packing list. Also, your stuffing location should be entered into your address book if you are going to be using one for any shipments that are LCL. POs with the ship to locations 089 are franchise partners and must observe the following rules. 1. The PO must be shipped in its entirety. 2 lines of the same PO cannot have different shipment dates. If the lines must ship separately, you must communicate with Crate and Barrel to have the quantities moved to a new PO. For franchise orders, suppliers factories need to change the courier consolidator field from the default LSP or courier to DB Schenker. For franchise orders as well, the booking ID should be captured from the DB Schenker Scout booking process and entered into the GT Nexus packing list. Here are your highlights. So depending on your load type shipment, there's going to be specific requirements. So we do have this on page 72 of your factory management training manual for you to review. I do recommend that you print this one out or at least have it somewhere for easy access, that when you are shipping, you know exactly what your requirements are. If your shipment load type or shipment is C-wide FTL load, the bill of lading is required at the time of the initial packing list approval. This means that our system will not allow you to move forward. Okay. CFS LTL load has a few more rules. If the BL and container number is not known at the time the items leave the factory can complete and approve the packing list without entering the BL container number. Yet, the ASN will not be transmitted to CMB. Very important, the ASN will not go out. The packing list will immediately reopen automatically. This is just a system trigger. And the task to the factory for the BL container number entry will be available. So it will be automatically reopened. You'll go in there and enter that information. Factories must get the HBL from the LSP to enter the BL and then approve the packing list. And then the ASN will be sent out to CMB. If the shipment is domestic, then a PRO number is required in addition to the BL number. So you'll need both for domestic. BL number and container number are also required once confirmed by the LSP before the packing list approval. For air or truck, factories can specify either the consolidator or the courier on the packing list. When one is provided, the other field should be left blank, so either or, not both. CMB will identify either the consolidator or the courier on the PO. There will be no consolidator selected for truck shipments, only courier. So if it's a truck, you're going to go with the courier. You must enter the BL or waybill number on the packing list, please note. For parcel, factories will need to enter the parcel ID. Example, UPS is going to start with a 1Z number, and you will enter the entire tracking number in the BL field. And now onto the last highlight page before we go into the system and create a packing list. For CY shipments, or if the LSP is not responsible for the shipment, factories need to select the consolidator or carrier. The quantity on the shipment cannot exceed the quantity on the packing plan. If the PO quantity is reduced in order collaboration, supplier needs to delete the excess cartons from the packing plan and the packing list. Again, this should be done previous to any movement forward. User should approve the packing list on or before the ship date. Upon approval of the packing list, an ASN will be sent to Crate and Barrel. For import shipments, an ASN will also be sent to the consolidator or carrier. The packing list reference number equals your ASN number. Once we start the packing list, I will highlight where your ASN number will be located. If a purchase order amendment is received after the packing list is approved, changes to the price and date will automatically update. Changes to the quantities will need to be updated via additional actions such as reopening and canceling your packing list, then using the updated PO to restart the pack and ship process. Now let's go onto the system and create a packing list. As previously stated, your packing list will be created out of your Print Scan Ship module. Again, you will go to Applications, Print Scan Ship, and will be brought to this specific module. On the left-hand side here, under Ship, we're going to have our option that says Create Shipments. We're going to click on Create Shipments. We're either going to enter our equipment number or our purchase order number, our plan ref number, or browse days if you're going to combine multiple equipment numbers. click OK. As you can see, there's my equipment number, my PO number, buyer, seller, final destination. And here is where you would change your equipment number if needed as well. So if you do want to update that, you select your equipment, you click change equipment number, enter the new equipment number. I'm going to change that to 6 just so you can see. Currently my equipment number ends in 25. I'm going to change that to 26. Okay, so apply. Okay. And now I will search. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to a 6 and click OK. And there goes my new equipment number. Now that I am content and happy with my information, I'm going to select my equipment again. And now I'm going to create my shipment from that equipment number. Okay, now that we've created our shipment, this will now bring us to our packing list preview page, or you can call it your packing list summary page. This is where you will enter all of your information according to this reference table right here. That's going to let you know your shipment load type and what are the specific requirements. But there are also other things that you do need to enter into this packing list. Let's start off with the left-hand side of the identification section. So on the left-hand side of your identification section, you're going to see your reference number. So this is going to be your ASN number. This is the system-generated number that we were talking about previously. Then here you will see your shipment load type. So I am actually going to do a CFS shipment. This will let you see how the system will automatically reopen the packing list, and then you have to go in there and add the information. So we're going to go ahead and make it a CFS LCL. We're going to enter our SCAC, which is our consolidator information. And we are going to enter an invoice number. I'm going to go ahead and use the container equipment number that we entered. So let's go ahead and add that. Again, this is going to be based on whatever your company currently uses. This will generate your invoice and your invoice for payment, so keep that in mind. Then we're going to have these items that are in red. So right here you have your BL waybill number. We're going to leave that empty and trigger the error message, but we are going to enter our handover date. And we're going to go ahead and enter our pickup date. Okay, and then here's where you will enter your container number. So I'm going to leave this blank for now because I do want this packing list to reopen by itself. So we're going to go ahead and leave that open. Then it's going to ask you for dates. The information is very specific. It's either going to be your main carriage departure date or estimated departure date. So let's go ahead and enter our estimated departure date. Add date, and I'm just going to pick today's date. And then our main carriage, we want to go ahead and fill this out completely. So we want to enter our method mode. So we're going to do ocean. We're going to do ship for our vessel. We're going to put a voyage ID. We're going to put a departure date of today and our entry date. Let's say it's just going from Miami to New York. Let's say it takes about a week. So let's go ahead and take a week. And then go ahead and take another week. All right, and then we are going to enter our location code. So I'm going to go ahead and search for our location code, which is our port. We're going to click on this little guy right here. We're going to enter Miami, and we're going to pick a function of ocean port. Since it is an ocean shipment, we want to kind of minimize the information that we'll receive back with that city name, and we're going to search. And we're going to click Miami. And then we're going to do the same thing for entry and arrival. So we're going to go ahead and pick New York and Ocean Port, New York City. And then we're going to do the same thing for here. Oop, you see, you get a lot more. Well, you get more than what you would if you go ahead and just specify Ocean Port. Okay, and then we're going to preview. All right, so again, what we entered currently is just the shipment load type, the SCAC. We're going to enter handover date, an invoice number, an ex-factory date, our estimated departure date, and all of our main carriage information. Now we're going to go ahead and click preview and see if we're missing anything. Okay, and we are not at the moment. Again, this is a CFS, so we're going to need to enter that container number and BL number. So we're going to go ahead and click approve. We're going to approve it. And then after we've approved it, we're going to go back to that task tab and we're going to see that this specific, remember this specific ref number is 2022. If we go ahead and we click on the task tab, we're going to see our reference number right here is 2022 and also our invoice number and our PO number. We're going to go ahead and click create again. And we're going to see that it is reopened, okay? Again, if we go ahead and we preview this and we try to approve it as is, our system will automatically let you know that your BL or waybill number are missing and then your container number is required. So we're going to click at it and enter that information. Again, I don't have a BL number, so I'm just going to use this number right here. And the container number, I'm just going to use that number right there. And again, I'm just going to go down to preview. And now I'm going to be able to approve. So I'm going to click approve and send off my ASN. Okay, so now that's been sent off. If you go back to your task tab, you will no longer see it here. You'll see that it did create an invoice, which means that we successfully generated an ASN and an invoice number. So after you're done here, we want to go ahead and look up our packing list after approval. So let's go ahead and click on applications and we're going to go to packing list just so we can search for a packing list and you'll be able to see the status. So here on the left hand side you have a bunch of different types of filters. You can use whichever filter you'd like. I'm going to use the PO number filter and I'm going to enter the PO number and apply. All right, and then after the PO number brings up the plan ref, again 2022, we're going to go into the folder. As you can see, it is active here, issue date, all that good stuff. We're going to look at it. And this is how you access the packing list folder, and you'll be able to see all the related documents. So the packing plan, the equipment number, also the invoice, which is a new status, and then our order information here. If you do want to go ahead and look at your packing list, you can always click on packing list and review your packing list all over again. Again, always all packing documents have the Excel option, so you can always download the Excel option or print PDF. So view PDF and you can see your PDF version of your packing list. Okay. And now we will be reviewing the invoice portion of the solution, also your payment management, your administrative responsibilities, and reporting. Thank you. See you in the next video.